afternoon. We'll now start. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to this pep talk this afternoon. Please mute yourself, but always show your video picture. Sign in your name, your Facebook account, or email address in the chat box. Please include the names of companions attending with you. Use the chat box to ask questions and make comments while the pep talk is on. There will be group pictures at the start and end of the pep talk, so please show your faces in the video. A reminder after the pep talk is to take the online learning evaluation test exercise or OLETE for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get the certificate like the one shown here. I have placed the link in the chat box already. Another reminder, obtaining 25 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to a free voucher for a RO Hoson medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. Another request, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. Thank you. Let's now have a group picture taking before we start the pep talk proper in 2 minutes. Please turn on your video now. One, two, three. I have a patient empowerment program in which I like to empower the lay people or patients to take control of the management of their health. I started the pep talk on May 15, 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are 3 courses in the pep talk. I completed the core course on October 9, 2021. Then from October 23, 2021 onwards, I've been tackling health disorder and health issue courses. May 17, 2025, this year marks the start of year number 5 for the RO Hoson pep talk. How long the pep talk will last will depend on the enthusiasm, discipline, and perseverance of everybody. Okay, my pep talk today is entitled October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, What to be Aware of, Part 2, specifically on diagnostic tests. The empowerment objective is for the lay people to have essential understanding on what to be aware of in the diagnostic test for breast cancer as part of their health management. Contents of this particular pep talk would be the following. What is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or BCAM, and its usual activities, expected outcomes, what is the foremost criticism against BCAM, and what should be the improvement path? What should people be aware of on breast cancer? What should people be aware of on the diagnostic test for breast cancer? And what are RO Hoson's recommendations on the awareness of diagnostic tests for breast cancer? Disclaimer, this pep talk will contain the RO Hoson's thoughts, perceptions, opinions, and recommendations, or TPOR, culled from personal experiences of Dr. Hoson and also the writings of other health professionals. Let's start with the first topic. What is the October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or BCAM, its usual activities and expected outcomes? So this month is October, and BCAM is an annual health campaign observed every October. So this month, number 1, to raise awareness about breast cancer, its risk factors, early detection and treatment, promote screening such as breast self-examination, clinical breast exams, and other tests. Then support patients and survivors through advocacy, education, and community activities. And lastly, to encourage fundraising for research, patient care, and support programs, especially for patients. for indigent patients. The expected outcomes are the following: heightened awareness on breast cancer. So this breast cancer awareness month has been going on for the past 20 years. So we hope that will increase the awareness of more patients, more people, more lay people on breast cancer. Number two, earlier detection of breast cancer. After awareness, dapat may earlier detection. And then stronger support for patients with breast cancer, especially those indigent patients, those who are not aware, and then those who are in the who are suffering in the advanced stage already. Okay? Then, of course, increased funding and advocacy is another expected outcome, especially funding for more for the assistance of the indigent patients and also for research. And then the most important outcome will be a long-term reduction in breast cancer. We're not talking about the incidence, but we're talking about the morbidity and mortality, the mga complications of breast cancer, as well as the death from breast cancer. Ito yung pinaka-important. Ultimately, this will be the target reduction. Mabawasan yung mga namamatay at komplikasyon sa breast cancer. What is the foremost criticism against BCAM and what should be the improvement path? Critics says that Breast Cancer Awareness Month has become too commercialized and focused on symbolic awareness. So not walking the talk, baka puro lip service lang. We're not doing enough to ensure equitable access, highlight the realities of advanced diseases, and push systemic changes. So the improvement path should be this way: awareness muna, then action to improve, and then access of the patients to medical care, and then equity, lahat pantay-pantay makakakuha ng equal opportunities for care. So this ensures that the Breast Cancer Awareness Month does not just create visibility, okay, ipakitang tao lang, actually visibility, but actually saves lives and improves the quality of care. And what should people be aware of on breast cancer? So these are the basic areas that patients, the lay people should be aware of. Number one is the awareness program itself, the community program, which we have discussed last time. Awareness of the disease itself, and then awareness of the screening and diagnostic tests on breast cancer, which will be tackled today. Then awareness on treatment of breast cancer, which will be tackled next month. Awareness of other issues related to the above 4 general topics on breast cancer. So actually, this particular topic has been partly tackled in the first one. As I said, Breast Cancer Awareness Program, the community program, has been tackled in last October 4. And then awareness of the disease itself, clinical diagnosis, we finished this last October 11. So this time, we will be talking about awareness on the screening and diagnostic tests, or the so-called, I just put a simple title, diagnostic test. So what should the people be aware of on the diagnostic test for breast cancer? Let me start with the operational definition that I'm going to use here for diagnostic test. When I say diagnostic test, it will be defined here in this particular pep talk this afternoon as any maneuvers and technical medical procedures that will aid, that will help, that will promote in the screening and confirming the clinical suspicion of breast cancer in a patient, if present, both male and female. So in the last first lecture, I mentioned that male are also affected, but majority, 95, 98% of breast cancers occur in female, So the focus here will be on the female, but let me remind everybody, it can also occur in male, and the diagnostic test can also be done in both males and females. And diagnosing, there are two types of diagnosing. One is screening. The other one is assessing and evaluating. Okay. Screening means if you screen for breast cancer, it means that there are no symptoms yet, such as no palpable breast mass yet, that may turn out to be a breast cancer in the patient. In assessing and evaluating for breast cancer, ang assumption nito, there is already or there are already symptoms already present, such as there is already a palpable breast mass. So kung may bukol na, then we do some tests. It will be more on diagnosing or assessing or evaluating yung symptoms. The most common symptoms is a breast mass. Now, kung wala pang mga symptoms of a breast cancer, now trying to see if there's a breast cancer in the absence of symptoms, we call that screening. So breast cancer can be symptomatic or asymptomatic. Symptomatic breast cancer means there are no symptoms yet to alert a person on the presence of breast cancer. So walang nakakapa, walang nararamdaman, pero pwedeng magkaroon, baka andyan ang breast cancer, no? Tumutubo na at di pa nararamdaman. Symptomatic breast cancer, on the other hand, means there are already symptoms to alert a person on the presence of breast cancer. So examples of symptoms are, number one, a palpable breast mass, which is very common. Okay, the more common one, the presence of a nipple discharge, especially pula. Okay, so kung meron ng symptoms o tapos ito ang tinatawag na may breast cancer, we call that symptomatic breast cancer already. So the goal in the treatment is really early detection. Then after that, early treatment. And then with early treatment, hopefully we can reduce the mortality in death rate from the breast cancer. So the main objectives of the screening and diagnostic tests will be early detection. So screening for breast cancer in females aims to detect the disease early, the cancer early, before symptoms appear, and to improve the treatment outcomes and survival. So these are the basic, the essential goal and target ng screening and diagnostic test. Early detection and then early treatment sana, then magkaroon ng reduce, lessen the mortality rates from breast cancer. So let's talk about the screening methods for breast cancer that can be done. So these basically are the 5 screening methods that can be done. Breast self-examination, clinical breast exam, mammography or X-ray of the breast, ultrasound of the breast, genetic testing, and risk assessment. So all of these are present in the Philippines, no? Itong genetic testing, meron na rin. Yan lang, medyo mahal lang. Okay. So let me expound a little bit on all the 5 methods of screening. Breast self-examination. So sino ang recommended to do this? All adult women from age 18 onwards hanggang mamatay, hanggang tumanda. So mas maganda kung gagawa ng breast self-examination because as mentioned in the first last year or last month, now breast cancer can occur anytime, at any age, no? So kaya age 18 onwards, no? And bihira rin sa below age 18, pero ang recommendation is just to do it age 18 and onwards. Okay? How often? Monthly, buwan-buwan, about 7 to 10 days after the start of menstruation para wala na yung swelling of the breast, or on a fixed day, yung mga hindi nagme-mens like the postmenopausal women o yung mga natatanggal ng uterus, ng uterus, wala ng mens. So, they can choose a first day of the month or the last day of the month or o birthday nila, pwede rin. No? Now, the purpose of the breast self-examination is to make all women familiar with their own breasts so that they can notice any changes. The lump, skin dimpling, nipple discharge, etc. Okay, that's the first step. Become familiar para kung merong mang lumabas na unusual na findings, no, sanay na madidetect nila kagad. No? Okay. So the next step after being familiar with it will be to know how to recognize yung mga breast cancer. Now, clinical breast examination naman, this is usually done by a trained healthcare provider. Usually, I would suggest that you go for a breast specialist to do the examination. How often? Once a year. Okay. Purpose, especially when you're not doing breast self-examination, okay, once a year. Purpose to detect palpable masses or suspicious changes that were missed by the self-exam. So, importante yung breast self-exam. Isa nagkakamali, just have a backup. So, pumunta sa doktor, sa breast specialist to have a clinical breast exam. Kapag pumunta kayo sa doktor, it's not the case that they will order for laboratory already. Dapat kapain lang muna. No? So, take note of that. Pero maraming doktor na gumagawa ng ultrasound na kagad ini-examine. No? So, the right way will be mauna yung breast self-exam and then kung may nakitang problema, consult a breast specialist right away who will do the clinical breast exam. Kung wala naman nakikita during the month, during the year, right now, once a year, magpa-check sa breast specialist. Kasi baka may nami-miss ng breast, mga bukol sa breast self-exam. Mammography or X-ray of the breast, which is commonly done in the Philippines, no? Okay, so usually women 40, 45, 50 to 74 years of age. Okay, the range will vary slightly by guidelines, depende kung saan ng mga guidelines, no? At and also the country. But in other countries, sa Philippines, they usually put 40, pero eventually, marami dyan gumagawa ng 50, would suggest 50, umpisa, okay? Especially in European countries, they start with the age at 50. Sa America, it started with 40 up to now. Yung Philippines, gaya-gaya, we started 40. So do not do the mammography below 40 because maputi yung lalabas sa breast, very dense, useless yung mammography. No? So try to get it at start of 40. 40 and at least 40. Pero yung iba would start at 45. Now, yung iba naman would recommend 50. So depende dun sa guidelines ng country, no? And also depende sa guidelines ng mga organizations. No? Okay. Now, how often should mammography be done? If it has to be done, promoted, usually every 1 to 2 years, depending on the national guidelines and individual risk also. No? So nagva-vary kung yung frequency will vary from the guidelines. No? So there are two types of mammography. One is screening mammography. So these are for women who are without symptoms, yung mga walang nararamdaman, baka meron siyang breast cancer, so screen lang. Then those already with symptoms, let's say may bukol, no, may nipple discharge, no, then when they do mammography, we call that diagnostic mammography already. So that's not screening already. Ini-evaluate na yung bukol, yung symptoms. Okay. So remember, screening and diagnostic, ang differentiation between the two types of mammography. Ultrasound of the breast, quite commonly done. Okay. Now, who are supposed to have this one? It's usually used as, for screening purposes, it's used as an adjunct to mammography, especially in women with dense breast. Pero pag may bukol na, it can be used as a diagnostic ultrasound. So bukol, you can use the ultrasound to evaluate the bukol. No? Pag wala pang bukol, you can use mammography as a screening. Wala pang nararamdaman, baka may makita na sa ultrasound, sa mammography. So if it has to be done as a screening, okay, usually it's a complementary, dinadagdag sa mammography. Okay. Now, genetic testing and risk assessment, again, kung sino, so these are usually indicated, hindi lahat naman kailangan magpagawa nito kasi mahal ito. Okay. Women with strong family history or known hereditary cancer. When you say strong family history, usually at least two members of the family, a mother and a sister, okay, or two sisters have breast cancer already. So, genetic testing is recommended for such a situation. No? So the purpose of doing the genetic testing will be to identify individuals who need early or intensive screening. No? Intensive screening in terms of usually MRI or earlier mammography. So yung instead of 40, 45 years old, pwedeng earlier na kung merong strong family history of breast cancer at yung genetic testing niya is positive, no? For yung mga hereditary cancer. No? So what are R.O. Hawson's recommendations on the awareness of diagnostic tests for breast cancer? So these are just three essential recommendations that I would suggest. Number one, go for regular breast self-exam. So all women from age 18 upwards, it should be regular, at the minimum, at least meticulous breast self-examination once a month. Masinsinan na examination ng breast at least once a month. Cursory, pwede kasi naliligo naman, usually mga assumptions, naliligo lahat ng babae at ini-scrub yung breast. No? So just do it, you can do it cursory daily when taking a bath, so palpating the breast for any lump. Okay. Habang naliligo, everyday, kapain na rin. No? Number two, go for an annual clinical breast exam with a breast specialist para to check kung talagang walang bukol, walang problema. No? Then for the diagnostic test, like ultrasound, mammography, no? So the recommendation is just do mammography in those with a strong family history of breast cancer, at least 2 first-degree relatives. Okay. So, hindi yung ultrasound left and right, no? Kung walang nararamdaman, the screening. Okay. So, if you have a strong family history of breast cancer and if there's a guidelines, I don't usually recommend, I'm biased towards this one, okay? Doing mammography only in those with strong family history of breast cancers. Now, how to do breast self-examination? So number one will be a visual inspection by looking at the breast. So expose the upper body. So in a standing position, face the mirror to view the entire chest or breast. Kung pwedeng gawin habang naliligo sa banyo, no? Kung hindi naman, at least kapain lang yung breast. Kung na-omit nyo ito, kapain lang yung breast. But if you feel something, you take a look at your own breast. Then with both palpation lang yan, with both arms, and then raise over the head. Okay, now this is still part of looking, just to look for changes kung may changes in position. So, naka-resting position ng dalawang kamay, titingnan ninyo kung may mga changes in contour, mas malaki yung isa, mas maliit yung isa, at meron dimpling, may mga skin changes. No? Then, the other maneuver is that you put your hands over your head. No? Okay. Then, ito yung makikita natin when you take a look at your own breast through the mirror, kung may bulge siya, no? Unusual bulbs, skin dimpling, and flattening. Anything unusual, no? So hindi siya pantay, no? Medyo tumaas ito ng konti, most likely andito yung bukol, may bukol yan, most likely, no? So dapat pantay ito, no? More or less. No, so but remember, no two breasts are exactly symmetrical at equal. Meron isang mas malaki ng konti, okay lang, no? Basta walang nakakapang bukol. So, other unusual changes by looking, ito nakikita nyo, may sugat dito, may redness, no? May lesion. So, pag meron ganito, unusual siya at may sugat, abnormal nito. So, dapat makita ng doktor nito, breast specialist. Now, palpation naman, the second part of the examination, looking then palpating, palpating is feeling. So in a standing position, habang naliligo, with one arm raised over the head, using the flats of the fingers, yung flat ang gagamitin, not the tips of the fingers muna, okay? So 2 to 3 fingers or second to the fourth finger, pwede rin, on the other hand, ito is yung, let's say, in this picture, yung kanan kamay nakataas, yung left hand kumakapa. No? Use the flats and then firmly palpate the entire breast. Ididiinan lang, ipapress lang, and ihaplos-haplos lang. Okay? Then titingnan kung merong bukol. No? Okay. So feel for anything unusual in the breast and feel for a possible presence of the dominant mass. The dominant mass is an unusual density distinct from the surrounding breast tissue with a felt margin or border which connotes a three-dimensional lump. So parang ito, may bukol siya, kinapa using the flats of the fingers, may makakapa something like this. No? So talagang may bukol, may border siya. No? As I said earlier, don't use the tips of the fingers kasi baka you can mistake all this lumpy surface ng breast, which is normal, okay, because of hormonal changes, no, as lump, para hindi kayo malito, no? Okay. So use the flats of the fingers to palpate your breast. Kung may napalpate na kayo na ganito, then that's the time you can, if you want, you can use the tips of the fingers to reevaluate kung talagang meron or baka to differentiate it from the lumpy breast. And also to use the tips of the fingers to describe the other characteristics of the bukol. Kung matigas, kung yung kung malambot, no? At kung gumagalaw o hindi, no? Okay. So, but initially use the flats of the fingers, wag yung tips, no? Then when you palpate, you cover the entire area of the breast. You can divide the breast into 4 quadrants, no? So upper quadrant, inner, then lower inner quadrant, and then outer outer quadrant, and outer upper quadrant. Basta makover lahat, no? Okay, the entire breast. Then before palpating the armpit, since ando ka na sa breast, just squeeze the nipple gently and see for any baka may discharges, no? Okay. And then if there is discharge, take note whether it's bloody, red, or not. No? Kasi pag bloody, medyo alarming okay, compared to pag hindi siya bloody, dilaw o watery, parang tubig, so hindi nakaka-alarm to. No? And when palpating the armpit naman, sa dalawa usually kinakapa, the breast and then the kilikili, no? The armpit. When palpating the armpit, put the arms down. Pag kinakapa yung breast, nataas yung kamay. Pag kinakapa yung kilikili, ibababa yung kamay. So when palpating the armpit, put the arm down to have a relax or lax skin fold. Kasi kung nakataas yung kamay, medyo mahigpit ito. No? Mahirap kapain yung armpit, yung loob ng armpit, no? So place the palpating fingers initially at the upper portion of the armpit, yung pinakatuktok ng kilikili, then gently but firmly press against the chest wall, ididiin lang against the mga ribs ninyo, then slide down yung pababa, no? And then try to feel for anything unusual Usually, you're trying to feel if there is a possible presence of a mass, which is usually a kulani, a lymph node. Kung may kulani kasi, kung may bukol dito, malaking chance na cancer siya. No? So repeat the same procedure on the other breast. Okay. So the breast, the nipple, and the armpit. So interpretation, we must know also how to interpret. No? So ito yung sinasabi ko na use the flaps of the fingers to detect a dominant mass. Okay. Like when you say dominant mass, it's stood out, different from surrounding tissue. No? Kung may makapakayong ganito, that is a dominant mass. May bukol ho kayo. At we consider that as a red flag, which should be which would undergo further investigation, or at least papakonsulta nyo kagad sa isang breast specialist. So, ito yung breast, normally the breast is not smooth. Yung sa loob ng breast, medyo irregular ang surface, humpy, lumpy, gano'n. No? So, normal lang yan. No? So, if you use the tips of the fingers, baka may makapake na parang more humpy rito, sabihin nyo bukol. You might mistake that for a lump, for a dominant mass. But this is the real mass. No? Ito, false mass, but normal ito. No? So, when you palpate, know how to interpret also the findings that you may have. So, if there's no dominant mass found on physical examination in patients complaining of breast mass and in patients coming for a breast check, usually ang diagnosis is normal siya. Kung wala kayo nakakapa, kahit na may kirot, no? May pain. No? Basta walang pag may kirot, kapain lang yung breast. Kung walang bukol, normal siya. We call that fibrocystic changes. Now, kung merong deep nipple discharge naman na hindi siya pula at walang bukol sa ilalim, we call that fibrocystic changes. Kung may pula at walang bukol, we usually consider intraductal papilloma. Intraductal papilloma. May konting puntil dun sa mga ducts na producing the milk. Yan po tinatawag na milk ducts. No? Pero kung pula siya at may bukol, cancer ang isipin. So the other possible findings is kung namumula, redness, no? Okay, at medyo masakit, pero wala pang bukol, we call that mastitis. Infection na rin, inflammation at least, no? Or even starting infection of the breast, mastitis. No? Kaya kung meron ng bukol, parang pigsa, medyo may pag pinipindot, parang may nana, we call that breast abscess. Breast abscess. Kung wala pa, we call that mastitis. Kung merong bukol, walang di mapula at cystic, meaning cystic pag pinipindot ninyo, bumabaon, okay, we call that macrocyst. Macrocyst. So benign ito. You don't have to worry. No? Now, when do you suspect cancer? If there is a dominant mass with telltale signs of malignancy, example, signs of local invasion of the breast mass on adjacent tissues and signs of spread. So kung kung kinakain na yung, hindi siya gumagalaw, ibig sabihin kinakain, ini-invade na yung tabi-tabi at meron siyang kulani, so that's a sign of spread, then you suspect cancer already. So the other situation is that when you have a bloody nipple discharge, medyo mapula, tapos may bukol ka, then 99% you're dealing with a breast cancer. So signs of, you suspect cancer, number one, signs of local invasion. When say local, dun lang sa breast mismo, hindi yung nasa kilikili. No? Okay. So kung nakadikit, hindi gumagalaw, fixation to the adjacent tissues such as the overlying skin, ito, nakikita nyo, may imagine nyo, hindi siya gumagalaw, nakadikit sa balat. No? So kasama yung nipple dyan, okay? And the underlying breast gagalaw-galaw niyo itong bukol kung gumagalaw pa over the muscles or chest. Okay. So, pwedeng dumikit itong breast cancer sa ibabaw, sa skin, or sa ilalim doon sa muscles. No? Then, skin changes can also is also a sign of local invasion. Kasi parang kinakain na yung balat, no? Parang ito. Signs of spread naman, sorry, nag-spread yan sa kilikili. That's a common sign. Pag may bukol dito sa kilikili, we call that lymph nodes, no, metastatic, usually from the breast. No? Okay. So sometimes sa mga later stages, no, yung pulani can be seen in the above the neck. No? Dito, sa may above the clavicle, the collarbone. No? So again, on doing the periodic breast examination, one should know how to recognize a real mass from the lumpy breast tissues that are due to hormonal changes. No? So try to palpate and learn this. Okay. Then when you are able to when you palpated a dominant mass, make sure that you consult a breast specialist right away. Right away. No? Kung may pero kayo nakakapa. No? So, meron kayo nakakapa, although I told you how to interpret, pero kadalasan medyo mahirap. Even doctors have that challenge kung ano talaga siya. No? So, pakita na niyo sa isang breast specialist. No? So, the following, again, are alert and or suspicious signs of cancer for a palpable dominant mass. Okay? So, yung bukol ay solid. Pag cystic, benign siya. Pag solid, no, medyo matakot na tayo. And then, whatever size, pwede 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, pwede pa rin cancer. Okay? So, don't say that maliit lang siya, most likely hindi siya cancer. No, no. So, cancer can present with any size. Okay? Mas maganda kung maliit na at naging cancer at nahuli niyo mas maaga. No? So, don't let it grow bigger. Patingin na kagad sa breast specialist. Now, yung solid mass, okay, of whatever size, hindi pa cancer yon, ha? Pero pag may nakita tayong may ill-defined border, yung solid mass yon, yung border nun, hindi siya malinaw, hindi siya well-defined, no? We suspect cancer. No? Okay. Then number 2, another findings alert sign is hard. Yung matigas. No? Yan, fixed. No? Okay. Then with evident skin and nipple retraction, yung pinakita ko ngayon yung litrato kanina, with evident skin and nipple lesions, may sugat. Okay. Then with red nipple discharge, may bukol na may red nipple discharge, 99% breast cancer yon. Then more so, kung merong associated palpable armpit lymph nodes, domiculani. Na? So again, some pictures here, just to for emphasis, a bukol with red nipple discharge, breast cancer yon. So, a bukol, you can imagine there's a bukol yon, kinain na yung balat, no? Kaya bumaon itong nipple as well as skin, start thinking of breast cancer. 99% cancer ito. No? Ito rin, no? Ganon. Ito rin, ganon. Kinakain na yung balat, no? So, kakasugat na ito. No? So, in line with the October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we, meaning I and my son, stand in unity with other health advocates to raise awareness, promote early detection, and support every warrior battling breast cancer. Together, we will strengthen the advocacy, spread hope, and save lives. Okay. So we pledge our support and action by doing this. So with this diagnostic test, we hope the message is that you do the breast self-examination, then do the clinical breast exam, and then let the doctor decide whether you need mammography or not. No? So we hope that with that we can promote early detection and then save more lives in the Philippines. Sa inyo naman, what will you do? What will be your support? What will be your action support? I hope you can do the breast self-examination monthly or even daily, and then at least come for a annual clinical breast examination. No? At least once a year lang. No? But on the assumption that you will do your breast self-examination on a monthly basis or even daily. Okay, this is what I say. No? Your contribution will be go for a regular breast self-examination, and go for an annual clinical breast exam, and then have the doctors decide on when to do the mammography. Usually, kung merong two strong family history, we would recommend that you do a mammography. Okay? So summary and takeaway, what we have covered these topics, okay? But essentially we are focusing on on the diagnostic test for breast cancer and what are my recommendations. Okay? So takeaway in relation to patient empowerment, be always in touch with reliable medical information on Breast Cancer Awareness Month, what to be aware of on diagnostic test. And then knowledge is power. It gives power. Use the 4Ks of patient empowerment, kaalaman, kakayanan, karapatan, and kapangyarihan to gain control, greater control over decisions and make better decisions on Breast Cancer Awareness Month, what to be aware of on diagnostic tests as part of your health management. This ends my pep talk today. I hope I have empowered you to have an essential understanding on what to be aware of in the diagnostic test for breast cancer as part of your health management. So remember, anytime, pwedeng tamaan, okay? Any age, no? We don't know when. So just be aware and be prepared for it. Reminder before we go to the QA, reminder after this pep talk, no? Take the OLETE for Mastery of Learning. I placed the link in the chat box. And then obtaining 25 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a RO hospital medical consultation. And then last request is to type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. So let's now have a group picture taking before we start the QA and interactions. Please turn on your video now. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. The floor is now open for questions, comments, suggestions, sharing of experiences, as well as consultation if you want, short consultations. Anybody? How many are doing breast self-examination or screening? First questions. How
Ako
many?
po.
Okay, Susan,
Ako
lahat?
po.
Mayan,
Po.
okay. Beth, Belet, Lorly, Ellen,
Yes po.
sino pa? Isa po, si Rochelle, gumagawa rin. Si
Yes
Phoebe.
po.
Okay. Okay, good. Very good. Sana we'll see each other for a long time in this world. Okay. So how many have been going for clinical breast exam naman? It doesn't have to be me. It can be with other doctors. Basta as long as breast specialist. Mas maganda kung breast specialist kaysa yung GP, kaysa yung mga nurse, no? Pwede din silang gumawa, pero minsan mahirap din mag-breast clinical kumapa ng breast kung di talagang specialista, no? Okay. So, try to go for a breast specialist. Ang breast specialist, alam niyo kung sino. Alam niyo kung sino yung breast specialist sa Philippines? Ah,
Kayo po, Dok.
Hindi, in general, ano, medical oncologists, GP, general practitioners,
Medical on ko.
medical onco, and
Tsaka breast
anybody,
surgeon.
ah,
Surgeon po.
General
Tsaka breast
surgeon.
surgeon.
surgeon, okay.
Breast surgeon.
Breast surgeon.
Opo.
Okay. So, ang breast specialist talaga is the breast, yung surgeon. Kasi yan ang, like, we call ourselves breast surgeon because we have extensive training on breast. Na, yung, pag, pag mayroon kayong nararamdaman, unang-una, i-confirm kung kakapain, di ba? Kung meron o wala, no? Ang surgeon ang pinakamagaling dyan because sila ang kumakapa at they gain the experience kasi nag-opera din sila, no? Okay. So it doesn't mean that when you go to a breast surgeon, opera kayo kagad, no? But they are the specialists because in the sense that marunong silang kumapa, no? Okay. So usually yung mga medical oncologists, how many have seen a medical oncologist before sa inyo?
Ako po.
Oh, kinapa ka ba? Kinakapa yung breast mo?
Hindi
Opo,
po.
Dok.
Yung sa Singapore?
Opo.
Okay, good. Okay. Good for that, no? Pero ilan ang surgeon ang pinuntahan mo na? Mayan.
Dalawa po.
So kinakapare, di ba?
Opo.
Okay.
Opo.
So who do you think will be sino ang expert sa kapaan? Yung
Ikaw
surgeon?
po.
Hindi. Yung surgeon o kaya medical onco.
Surgeon po. Breast surgeon po.
Okay. So yan sinasabi ko, when you have a breast concern, go to a general surgeon sa ngayon, no? Okay. General surgeon yung magaling kumapa, no? Then sila ang magda-diagnose sa inyo, no? Kung meron kayo, kung kailangan niyo magpa-ultrasound, magpa-biopsy, etc. No? So hindi medical onco, hindi ring OB, ha? OB, walang masyadong training sa breast yun, no? Hanggang babalak sila sa uterus, sa vagina, sa
Pap
ovary.
smear
No?
lang.
Oo, no? So, okay. So, pagdating sa breast, kulang ang nila, expertise nila doon, no? Okay? So, go for a breast specialist. A breast specialist is a general surgeon. When you say general surgeon, automatically meron silang training sa breast, no? Okay. So mag-diagnose ng breast, mag-biopsy, at mag-opera, no? Okay. So sometimes yung mga breast surgeons also do chemotherapy for breast cancers, no? So pwede rin sila, yung mga tinatawag na oncologist, no? Breast surgical oncologist, no? Okay. Okay? Tandaan na ninyo, ha? Huwag kayo matakot don't think that because yung general surgeon, surgeon, opera ng opera lang, ha? So, yan ang expertise nila. So, kung di kailangan operahan, hindi nila operahan, no? Basta importante, marunong sila mag-diagnose, no? Okay. Okay. So, any questions?
Doc, ako po, Rochelle po.
Rochelle, sige.
Po. Not for me, Doc, pero para do po dun sa kasambahay namin.
Okay.
Okay. Yung kasambahay namin kasi, Doc, may mga bukol siya sa breast.
Okay.
Now, sometimes po nagrereklamo siya medyo may sakit, yung ganyan daw. Years ago, nagpa-check na daw siya.
Okay.
According daw before, it was cyst. Pero matagal na kasi siya, Dok, as in years na po na nagdaan. Now,
Okay.
ngayon po, kumbaga, forcing her to see a surgeon para po ma-diagnose mabuti yung breast niya kasi nakakatakot kasi medyo malaki po eh.
Malaki.
Na,
When you say
opo,
nakikita mo yung bukol.
Nakakapa, Doc. Yung konting ano lang sa breast niya, makakapa mo siya talaga. Pero
Sa
it's
buhok.
moving naman po, Doc.
Okay.
Pero
So,
hindi lang kasi siya iisa eh. Hindi siya iisa
okay.
lang. So gusto ko po sana siya, Doc, pinaforce ko siya talaga magpa-check para at least for peace of mind ba. Ang worry niya kasi, Doc, is what if something, kung may findings talaga and all, she could not proceed with the treatment because of financial issues. Kasi nga, baka hindi rin naman daw niya kayanin na kung magpagamot siya and all. Ano Ano yung pwedeng advice, Doc, na maibigay sa kanya?
Number one, patingin na kagad siya sa isang surgeon. Kasi based on your description, hello, sino nagsasalita?
Si
Si
Christy
Christy?
po. Apo.
Okay. So, Christy. Okay.
Hindi siya, hindi siya nakamute.
Off. Mute, Christy. Christy, mute. Mute, Christy. Okay, pwede na ako magsalita. Okay, so first of all, yung sinasabi mo, kung kitang-kita na, no, may bulbs, no, at nakakapa mo, malamang meron na, no? Just by your description, no? So kailangan magpatingin na siya sa isang surgeon, no? Abet si Christy. Kasama mo abet si Christy. So patingin na siya sa isang surgeon, no? Okay. Number two, ang concern niya, the usual concern, hindi niya kakayanin yung expenses. Di
Yun
ba?
po ang ano, yun po yung concern
So,
niya talaga.
okay, I would, ganun na lang kasi may PhilHealth siya,
Ano siya, Doc, nagkakasambahay. So wala siyang,
wala
pwede
siyang
sigurong,
PhilHealth.
pwede ko siyang anuhin na mag-PhilHealth siya, pero I'm not sure po kung enough po yun to cover kung sakasakali, Doc.
Kasambahay mo.
Opo, opo. Sabi ko
Papunta mo
nga po
na
sa
sa akin.
kanya,
Papunta mo
o yun
na
nga,
sa akin.
pwede, Doc.
Oo, punta mo na sa akin because I have a program on ano, kung sakaling operahan, I have a program of yung parang surgical missions, no? Diba?
Opo.
So, kung kailangan operahan ko ng libre, di ba?
Ay,
Okay.
salamat po,
So,
Doc.
sabihin mo sa mga ano, huwag sila matakot kung I mean, kung wala siyang financial capability, meron bang taong tutulong, no? Okay. Ang
Sabi
problema,
ko nga po sa kanya, Doc, pwede ko pong i-sponsor yung check-up sa inyo kasi gusto ko talaga sana, Doc, sa iyo siya magpa-check up. Kaya lang
yeah,
ang sinasabi niya po kasi is, paano kung meron? Sabi niya ng ganun, paano ako magpapa-opera? Paano kung kailangan ko ng chemo? Ang dami niya po kasing concerns. Wala pa nga po, Doc. Ganun na iniisip niya. So ayoko siyang pilitin, alam niyo yun, Doc. Pero sana, yun talaga ang wish ko, Doc, yung makita mo siya para yung magkaroon din kasi breadwinner din siya, Doc, eh. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, if you want to live longer, dapat maasikaso mo yung sarili mo to support your family. Kasi kung hindi, di mas lalong kawawa din yung family mo kung di mo aasikasuhin ngayon.
tama. Tama
Mm.
yon. I-educate mo na lang.
Opo.
So, kasi kung meron, kung wala, di kampante na siya, di ba? Ay, kung
Opo.
meron, pagamot the earliest time possible para hindi masyadong magastos, di ba? Kasi the moment na cancer siya at ano malala na, mas mahirap gamutin at mas mahal, di ba?
Opo,
Okay.
Doc. Opo. Actually, yun yung worry niya, Doc. Baka po hindi na din daw niya kakayanin. Parang sabi niya, hayaan mo na lang kasi kung ano, hindi ko rin naman kakayanin magpagamot. Yun, ganon siya, Doc, eh. Ganon yung mentality niya. Kasi kaysa sa
Papalitan.
Opo.
Papalitan natin. Turuan mo na lang. Okay?
Opo, opo.
So, kasi kung malala na, eventually, ah, pupunta pa rin siya sa doktor. Pag pumunta siya sa doktor na kung advance na, wala na rin magagawa yung doktor, di
Mas
ba?
mahirap. Yun nga po, Dok, eh. Sabi ko, medyo kung late stage na yan, mas lalong wala tayong magagawa. At least ngayon, baka pwede pa talagang gamutin, alisin na lang or what. Sabi ko, hindi naman ako doktor, sabi ko sa kanya. Pero at least dun sa mga lessons na ano ko sa pep talk, sabi ko, baka may pag-asa ka pa. Kasi wala pa namang ano talaga final diagnosis and all eh.
Importante yung diagnosis. So,
Opo, opo.
kung papunta mo na lang sa akin, na papunta mo
Ay, sige
kagad
po,
sa
Dok.
akin. So,
Opo, opo.
this Tuesday, meron akong clinic, na this Tuesday.
Tuesday sa 21 po, Dok.
Oo,
Opo,
21.
opo.
I-PM mo na lang sa akin yung pangalan para bigyan ko ng time, no?
Sige po, Doc.
Okay.
Opo, opo. Thank you,
Sige.
thank you. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you.
Sabi mo sa kanya, sa Pilipinas, maraming ready tumulong, no? Okay.
Opo.
So actually government hospital, ang problema sa government hospital, matagal, no?
Mhm.
But
Opo.
so you just have to identify people like me who are willing to help you, help
Opo, opo.
people, no? Okay. So papunta mo na lang sa akin, tutulungan natin, no? Okay.
Opo. Maraming
That-
maraming salamat po, Doc. Opo.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions, concerns? Between ultrasound and mammography, yun yung a very common practice in the Philippines, pag, yung sinasabay nila yung mammography at ultrasound. No? History-wise, yung pinaka-origin nun, mammography lang dapat. Kung as a screening, mammography lang. No? So eventually, inadagdag nila yung ultrasound. Sabihin nila, complementary to support. No? Kaya napapamahal. No? Nagiging dalawang test. No? Kaya yung sa akin, kapa na lang muna, then I decide. No? Kung kailangan magpa-mammography, then I will request for mammography. Kung kailangan magpa-ultrasound, I will request an ultrasound. Pwedeng hindi sabay. No? So kung may bukol na, pwedeng sa aking practice, sa aking pananaw, pwede na yung ultrasound. Okay? So, pwede na yon kaysa magpa-mammography. Usually, wala rin, pag may mga report ng mammography, sasabihin na, hindi, kailangan pa ng ultrasound. No? So, just remember na yung ultrasound as a screening. As a screening meaning, wala pang nararamdaman, is not being recommended as a tool, no? Okay. Kasi maraming false alarms, no? Sa ultrasound, marami ding false alarms doon, no? Pero pag may nakapana ng bukol, ang unang gagawin ay ultrasound. Pwede na, no? Ultrasound muna. Huwag yung combination ng ultrasound and mammography, no? Okay? So I hope you remember that. Kasi a lot of hospitals, a lot of doctors, they would always tell you, go for mammography, go for mammography, go for mammography. No? Okay. So it's correct that you can do mammography for screening for those with strong family history, ganon, no? Pero pag pwede ka rin hindi gumawa ng mammography, you can go for ultrasound muna, particularly kung may bukol na. Kung may bukol na, pwede na yung ultrasound na kayang-kaya ng i-diagnose ng ultrasound. No? Okay. Okay. So just a reminder on that. No? Any comment on that? May mga experience kayo doon? Mammography, ultrasound? Belet, ano yung ginawa sa'yo bago ka na-operahan?
Ano po, mammography ho at saka ano pa yun, ultrasound.
Doble. Okay.
Doble ho.
Anong nakita? Saan na-detect yung cancer mo? Sa ultrasound, sa mammography? Hindi mo matanda.
Parang ho sa ultrasound.
Okay. Kasi may bukol ka na
Ultrasound
nakapa, di ba?
Ako.
Okay.
May
Pag may
bukol
bukol
na
na
ako
kapa, kaya na ng ultrasound. Sayang lang yung mammography. No? Okay. Siyempre, yung mga kinocomplain ng mga babae, masakit, mammography, di ba?
Oo.
So,
Masakit nga ako.
so pag yung ibang doctor, pag nire-recommend kayo yung mammography at ultrasound sabay, sabi mo, magwe-waiver kami, basta ultrasound na lang. Na. Kasi minsan pinipilit nila eh. No? Okay. 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 Sila pa. Mayan, anong ginawa ko sa'yo noon? Yung unang diagnosis ko sa'yo. Nagpa-mammography ka ba, Mayan?
Opo, mamo tsaka ultrasound.
Ako ba nagpamamo sa'yo? Oo. Iba.
Pa,
Iba.
hindi ko na
Ibang
maalala
doktor.
po, Dok eh.
Ibang doktor bago ako pumunta sa akin.
Ay, hindi po, kayo lang ang doktor ko di sa Pinas.
Oh,
Sa SG
bak-
po yung mahigpit na hindi nila allowed yung isa lang, kailangan pareho.
pareho.
O,
Okay.
palilipatin ka na ibang ospital kung ayaw mo sa Rapples na ganun.
Okay. Sige. Tama yung sinasabi ko, no? Pinipilit yung mga
Opo.
pasyente to have two. No? Sa akin,
Opo.
pwede yung isa. Kadalasan, extra, lalo na kung out of your own pocket babayaran, sayang yung 2,000, 3,000 pesos din yun, yung mammography. No?
Sakit pa po.
Oo. Okay. Okay. Anything else that you want to ask or share your experiences?
Dok, yung genetic testing po ba yung PET scan na ginawa sa akin?
Hindi PET scan yun, iba pa yun. Yung
Ah.
itetest yung dugo ang kinukuha. Tapos
Ah.
hahanapin kung may gene na yung breast cancer gene, gano'n. Dugo
Okay.
ang sample noon, hindi yung PET scan
Okay po.
is CT scan plus nuclear scanning yun. Iba yun, no?
Okay po. Thank you po.
We will only do PET scan, MRI kung kailangan lang. Mauuna mo na yung ultrasound or mammography na bago yung Okay. Okay.
Thank you po.
Any more? Last call? Kung wala nang questions, we'll call it a day. We'll see each other next week. We'll talk about the third part of para makompleto lang natin yung awareness program. Treatment naman, no? Treatment of how do we treat breast cancer, no? Okay? So, kung wala na, we'll see each other next week again. Bye-bye.
Bye po.
Thank you po, Doc. Have a nice weekend po.
Thank you po,
Bye-bye, Doc.
Doc.
Thank you. Thank you so
Bye
much.
po.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.